Hey there, amazing people. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we've got something truly special in store for you. We're going to dive into 10 unbelievable stories of people receiving unexpected financial help. Yes, you heard me right. Heartwarming stories that'll warm your heart and restore your faith in humanity. So, if you're ready for some inspiration and creativity, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's jump right in. Before we jump into these incredible stories, let's talk about why we're doing this. We all face tough times at some point in our lives, but these stories remind us that there are good people out there ready to lend a hand when it's needed most. So, my question to you is, have you ever helped someone in need? Share your story in the comments below. Our first story is about a struggling student who was just one step away from dropping out due to financial woes. With dreams of becoming a doctor, this young woman's story touched the hearts of many. Our first story centers around a tenacious young student named Sarah. She had a dream, a big dream, to become a doctor and make a difference in the world. But life wasn't exactly playing nice. Sarah had a full plate, juggling coursework, part-time jobs, and student loans. And just when it couldn't get any tougher, a family crisis hit her like a ton of bricks. Suddenly, the weight of her academic ambition seemed unbearable. She was on the brink of dropping out, her dreams slipping away like sand through her fingers. But this story takes an unexpected twist when an extraordinary guardian angel appeared in her life. A stranger, moved by Sarah's determination, heard her story through a friend. This stranger, who wished to remain anonymous, reached out to Sarah with an offer of financial assistance. It was an act of pure generosity, no strings attached. With tears of gratitude, Sarah accepted the help, and it was a turning point in her life. Thanks to this benevolent stranger, she was able to stay in school, continue her studies, and eventually graduate as a doctor. Today, she is saving lives and making a significant impact on her community, all because of a random act of kindness from someone she had never met. Isn't it incredible how the kindness of a stranger can transform someone's life? Sarah's story is a shining example of the immense power of generosity and the profound impact it can have on an individual's journey. And now, let's think about it. Have you ever been in a situation where you needed help to pursue your dreams? Or have you been in a position to provide that crucial assistance to someone in need? Share your thoughts in the comments below. It's incredible how a stranger's generosity can change the course of someone's life. Have you ever received unexpected help during your academic journey? Picture this. A homeless man with a heart of gold, and a community that decided to make a difference in his life. Our next story is a testament to the incredible transformation that can happen when a community rallies together to help one of its own. Meet John, a kind-hearted man who found himself on the unforgiving streets of a bustling city. Life had dealt him a rough hand, and he ended up homeless, fighting to survive in the cold, unforgiving urban wilderness. Day in and day out, he sought refuge in a small park, his only shelter from the harsh reality of life on the streets. But John wasn't alone in this battle. He had a guardian angel, someone who passed by the park daily on their way to work. This individual noticed John's struggles and decided to take action. They began by offering a warm meal and a friendly conversation. This small act of compassion marked the beginning of a heartwarming transformation. Soon, the news of John's story spread through the community like wildfire. People from all walks of life came forward to help. They provided blankets, clothing, and food, turning the small park into a place of refuge and care. Local businesses chipped in, offering John job opportunities and resources to help him get back on his feet. But the story doesn't end here. The community, moved by John's determination to get back on track, collectively raised funds to secure him a small apartment. It was a powerful display of unity and compassion, a reminder that when people come together for a common cause, they can change lives. As John moved into his new apartment, he was overwhelmed with gratitude. He couldn't believe how his life had taken a 180-degree turn. With the unwavering support of his community, he started rebuilding his life, one step at a time. This heartwarming tale of John and the incredible actions of his community serves as a shining example of the good that can be achieved when people unite to make a difference. It's a testament to the fact that, as individuals, we can do incredible things, but together, we can achieve the extraordinary. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever witnessed or been part of a community effort that brought about positive change in someone's life? Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. It's amazing how a small act of kindness can have a ripple effect in our lives. Have you ever been part of such a heartwarming gesture? Our next story is truly remarkable. It's about a talented artist who found unexpected help in an unlikely place. Our next story showcases the remarkable journey of an artist who discovered that sometimes inspiration and financial help can come from the most unexpected places. Meet Lily, a talented artist with a heart full of dreams and a head full of creativity. She had spent years honing her craft, painting, and creating stunning artworks that she hoped would one day grace the walls of galleries and homes around the world. But Lily had hit a wall of her own: financial constraints. She was struggling to make ends meet, working odd jobs to pay the bills and afford the art supplies she so desperately needed. Her passion and talent were undeniable, but it seemed like her dream of being a full-time artist was slipping further and further away. Then, one day, while browsing through a local art supply store, Lily met a stranger who would change her life. This stranger, who turned out to be an art collector, had noticed Lily's passion and dedication as she carefully selected her supplies. Struck by her talent and determination, the art collector struck up a conversation. As they talked, Lily shared her dreams and the challenges she faced. What happened next was truly surprising. The art collector offered Lily a commission to create a piece for their private collection. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for her, and she seized it with both hands. The piece she created was nothing short of a masterpiece, and the art collector was so impressed that they not only paid her handsomely, but also introduced her to their network of art enthusiasts. This unexpected turn of events opened doors for Lily she could only have dreamt of. Her art started selling like hotcakes, and she was soon featured in galleries and exhibitions, gaining recognition and accolades. Lily's story is a testament to the idea that opportunities can come from the most unexpected places and people. Sometimes, all it takes is a chance encounter and a helping hand from a stranger who believes in your dreams. It's a reminder that passion and talent, when combined with a stroke of luck, can create incredible success stories. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a surprising twist of fate that propelled you closer to your dreams? Or have you ever been the unexpected source of inspiration for someone else? Share your stories and thoughts in the comments below. The power of turning trash into treasure, both metaphorically and literally, is astonishing, isn't it? What's something you've turned around in your life? Have you ever thought about what you'd do if you lost everything, including your home and savings? Our next story is a testament to the incredible impact that a complete stranger's kindness and generosity can have on someone's life. It's a story that reminds us that sometimes help can come from the most unexpected places. Meet Mark, a hard-working single father who was going through the toughest time in his life. He had lost his job due to unforeseen circumstances and was struggling to provide for his 2 young children. With bills piling up and the fear of losing their home looming, Mark felt like he was drowning in a sea of financial stress. One particularly challenging day, Mark was standing in a grocery store line, trying to figure out how he could afford the essentials for his family. As he approached the cashier, he realized that he didn't have enough money to cover the cost of the groceries. The feeling of helplessness washed over him. But just when things seemed bleak, a complete stranger standing behind him in line noticed Mark's distress. Without hesitation, this kind-hearted stranger stepped forward and offered to pay for Mark's groceries. Mark was speechless and overwhelmed with gratitude. As the stranger's generosity touched his heart, Mark couldn't hold back tears. This small act of kindness had provided him with a glimmer of hope in his darkest hour. He was able to put food on the table for his children, even if it was just for that day. But the story doesn't end there. Touched by the stranger's compassion, Mark was inspired to turn his life around. He began tirelessly searching for a job, and after several interviews and with the help of new connections, he secured a stable position. Slowly but surely, Mark managed to get back on his feet and provide a better life for his children. Mark's journey from despair to recovery was a direct result of the kindness of a stranger. It's a powerful reminder that a single act of generosity can have a profound and lasting impact on someone's life. Mark's story is a shining example of the power of compassion and how it can transform the lives of those in need. So, I'd like to ask you, have you ever been in a situation where you received unexpected help from a complete stranger, or have you had the opportunity to be that helping hand for someone else in their time of need? Share your stories and thoughts in the comments below. It's a powerful reminder that kindness knows no boundaries. If you were in a similar situation, would you be willing to help a stranger? Our sixth story showcases the selfless dedication of an unseen hero. This one will truly pull at your heartstrings. Our next story is about an unsung hero whose selfless actions change the course of an entire family's life. It's a tale that reminds us that true heroes are often the ones who go unnoticed. Meet the Rodriguez family, who had fallen on hard times. Maria, the mother, had recently lost her job, and her husband, Carlos, was facing medical issues that made it impossible for him to work. With 3 children to care for, they were struggling to make ends meet, facing eviction and unsure of where their next meal would come from. But the universe had a plan. Enter Sarah, a neighbor who lived just 2 doors down from the Rodriguez family. Sarah was a single mother herself, working long hours to support her children, but she couldn't stand by and watch her neighbors suffer. One day, Sarah showed up at their doorstep with bags of groceries, warm clothes, and a determination to help. She offered to babysit the Rodriguez children while Maria attended job interviews and took Carlos to his medical appointments. She also connected them with local organizations that could provide further assistance. Sarah's generosity knew no bounds. She not only helped them in their immediate crisis, but also became a mentor to Maria, guiding her in finding a new job and managing the family's finances. She even enlisted her network to help Carlos receive the medical attention he needed. As weeks turned into months, the Rodriguez family's situation improved drastically, all thanks to Sarah's unwavering support. Maria found a new job, Carlos received the medical care he needed, and the family was no longer facing eviction. They were on the path to rebuilding their lives. What makes Sarah an unsung hero is that she never sought recognition for her actions. She didn't do it for praise or admiration. She simply saw her neighbors in need and decided to make a difference in their lives. This story is a beautiful example of how ordinary people can become extraordinary heroes by lending a helping hand to those in distress. Sarah's kindness, empathy, and selflessness not only changed the Rodriguez family's life, but also inspired all of us to look out for our neighbors and friends. Now, let's reflect. Have you ever encountered an unsung hero in your life? Someone whose kindness and selflessness left an indelible mark? Share your stories and thoughts in the comments below. It's amazing how one person's determination and kindness can change the course of an entire family. Who's your unsung hero, and how have they impacted your life? Up next is a rags to riches story, proving that fortunes can change overnight. Our 7th story from rags to riches embodies the spirit of resilience and unwavering determination. It's a story that proves that where you start in life doesn't determine where you end up. Meet Alex, a young man who grew up in a neighborhood where hope was often in short supply. His family struggled to make ends meet, and they lived in a small, run-down apartment. The odds seemed stacked against Alex, but he had an unwavering dream to break the cycle of poverty and create a better life for himself and his family. Alex's journey began with his passion for technology. He taught himself how to code and spent countless hours honing his skills, even though he couldn't afford a computer of his own. He frequented the local library, where he soaked up knowledge and crafted his dreams on borrowed computers. But it wasn't just his skills that set Alex apart. It was his incredible work ethic. He took on odd jobs, delivered newspapers, and even mowed lawns in the neighborhood to save money. He managed to put himself through college with scholarships and part-time work. Alex's breakthrough came when he developed a groundbreaking app that caught the attention of an investor. This investor not only funded the app, but also became his mentor, guiding him through the challenging world of startups and entrepreneurship. The app became a sensation, and Alex's fortunes changed overnight. He went from living in a small, cramped apartment to owning a beautiful home. He transformed his family's life, providing them with the opportunities they had never thought possible. Alex's story is a testament to the idea that no dream is too big and no obstacle too insurmountable. It's a reminder that hard work, determination, and a relentless pursuit of one's passion can lead to unimaginable success. So, now, I'd like to hear from you. Have you ever witnessed or experienced a remarkable transformation from poverty to prosperity? Or perhaps you're on your own journey from humble beginnings to a better life. Share your stories and thoughts in the comments below. The resilience of the human spirit is truly incredible, isn't it? What's the biggest transformation you've seen in someone's life? Can you imagine receiving the gift of a lifetime that completely changes your world? This story is about a gift that kept on giving. Prepare to be amazed by our next story, a tale of an extraordinary gift that left everyone speechless and touched hearts around the world. This story revolves around a woman named Emily who was passionate about helping children in need. Emily had always dreamed of opening an orphanage where she could provide a safe and loving home for kids who had nowhere else to turn. The only problem? She was short on funds. Way short. However, the universe had something incredible in store for her. One day, Emily received a call from a lawyer's office. It turned out a distant relative she had never met had passed away, leaving her an unexpected inheritance. When she heard the amount, Emily couldn't believe her ears. It was enough to turn her dream of opening an orphanage into a reality. With the newfound wealth, Emily worked tirelessly to establish a beautiful orphanage where children could thrive, receive an education, and, most importantly, feel loved and cared for. The impact of her actions was immeasurable. Kids who had faced hardship and adversity found solace in her orphanage, and their lives transformed for the better. But this story doesn't end with just Emily's actions. As word spread about her incredible journey and the impact she was making, people from all over the world started offering their support. Donations poured in, volunteers arrived, and the orphanage blossomed into a loving community for countless children. Emily's story teaches us the power of unexpected blessings and how a single act of generosity can create a ripple effect of positive change. Sometimes, life surprises us in the most remarkable ways, and it reminds us that good things happen to good people. So, now it's your turn to share. Have you ever received or witnessed an extraordinary gift that made a profound difference in someone's life? Tell us about it in the comments below. What's the most meaningful gift you've ever received or given to someone? Our 9th story is proof that when a community comes together, they can achieve incredible things. Our 9th story is a shining example of the incredible strength and the power of community. It's a tale of how neighbors became family and rallied together when one of their own faced insurmountable challenges. Let me introduce you to the Evans family. They were your typical suburban family. Loving parents, 3 kids, and a dog named Buddy. Life was good until tragedy struck. Mr. Evans, the family's main breadwinner, had a serious accident at work and was left unable to provide for his family. Suddenly, their comfortable life was turned upside down. The Evans family faced mounting medical bills, the threat of losing their home, and an uncertain future. It was a dark time, and they didn't know where to turn, but they didn't have to face it alone. Their tight-knit community sprang into action. Neighbors organized a fundraiser to help with medical expenses and create a schedule to provide meals and support. They even helped Mrs. Evans find part-time work, ensuring the family's basic needs were met. But it didn't stop there. The local school where the Evans kids attended organized a charity event to help with their education expenses. The PTA chipped in, and teachers volunteered their time to provide extra tutoring and support. Local businesses, touched by the family's plight, offered Mr. Evans flexible work opportunities that would accommodate his disability. They proved that compassion and community involvement go hand in hand. It wasn't just financial support. The emotional and moral backing the Evans family received was equally profound. Their community rallied behind them, providing not only financial relief but also the reassurance that they were not alone in their struggles. As Mr. Evans slowly recovered, the family got back on their feet with the unwavering support of their neighbors and friends. What had started as a personal crisis had transformed into a heartwarming example of collective strength. This story is a remarkable testament to the power of unity and compassion. It shows how communities can come together to lift one another up during difficult times. It teaches us that we're all stronger when we support each other. Now, I'm curious to know, have you ever witnessed or been part of a community effort that brought about positive change in someone's life? Share your stories and thoughts in the comments below. Communities are the backbone of society. What's one positive change you've witnessed in your community? Lastly, we have a story about paying it forward, a reminder that even a small act of kindness can create a ripple effect. Our final story is a heartwarming example of the powerful concept of paying it forward. It's about how one person's small act of kindness can set off a chain reaction of goodwill and positivity. Meet Sarah, an ordinary woman with an extraordinary heart. She was waiting in line at a coffee shop, patiently anticipating her morning cup of caffeine. As she approached the counter to place her order, she overheard a conversation that would change her day and someone else's forever. A young student in line ahead of her was nervously counting their change, clearly struggling to scrape together enough for a simple coffee. Sarah couldn't help but empathize. She had been a struggling student herself not too long ago. Without a second thought, she stepped forward and kindly offered to cover the cost of the student's coffee. The young person was taken aback by this act of generosity, and gratitude filled their eyes. This simple gesture touched the heart of the students so deeply that they decided to pay it forward immediately. They offered to buy the coffee for the person behind them in line. The chain of kindness had begun. What followed was a beautiful domino effect of goodwill, as each person in line, inspired by Sarah's act, continued the tradition of generosity. The baristas at the coffee shop watched in amazement as the act of paying it forward continued throughout the day. Word of this heartwarming chain reaction spread on social media, inspiring people from all over the city to carry out acts of kindness. Businesses offered free meals, strangers covered parking fees, and someone even donated books to a local school. Sarah's small act of kindness had set off a wave of generosity and love, reminding everyone that one person has the power to make a significant impact. It also showed that the positive energy created by paying it forward can have a lasting effect on a community, uplifting the spirits of those who receive and those who give. So, let me ask you this. Have you ever been part of a similar chain of kindness or witnessed someone paying it forward? Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. And remember, even the smallest act of kindness can start a ripple of positive change in the world. In this world, kindness begets kindness. When was the last time you paid it forward, and how did it make you feel? These stories remind us that in a world often filled with uncertainty, there's an abundance of goodness and generosity just waiting to be shared. So, don't be afraid to be that helping hand when someone needs it. Remember, your small act of kindness could change a life. Before we wrap up, I have a special request for you. Share this video with your friends and family. Let's spread these heartwarming stories and inspire others to make a positive impact. Thank you for joining us today and for being part of our amazing community. We truly appreciate your support. Before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an inspiring story. And now, I'll leave you with this. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. Remember, kindness is a gift we can all afford to give. So, let's make the world a better place, one act of generosity at a time. We'll see you in the next video. Stay inspired.